Hi, everybody, and welcome to Evolve Love. I am your host, Amanda, and I am so happy that you have found this podcast. Are you looking for daily inspiration, motivation, and wisdom to help you begin your day feeling supported and uplifted with love? Well, you have come to the right place. This podcast is a space of encouragement where you can be held in your self-development because in order to evolve, you need love, and it begins here with you. Now, let's get into today's episode. Hi, everybody. Happy Thursday. I am so looking forward to today's episode in Evolve Love because it is really eye-opening for myself, and it was a beautiful reflection that I had recently, and I felt like today was the perfect day to talk about this because it really goes along with this week where we're talking about how we may feel certain ways in certain seasons, and I don't just mean like weather seasons, I also mean our zodiac seasons, and how we may tend to find ourselves doing different things or finding different rhythms and schedules and patterns that we do, not even realizing that it is like so supported in the characteristics of a given zodiac sign. And in today, I wanted to find a way to help support you further because this has been something that has supported me and I've really truly seen the effects of it. So being our expansion and our amplification day, this is going to be something that amplifies you and what is possible for you. And I really wanted to go more into the self today because yesterday we talked about the energy of the card pull being connecting to your inner rhythms, your inner compass, and just finding the ways in which it aligns with your day-to-days and the seasons. And I have a really important announcement at the end of today's episode, so make sure you keep on listening through because you are not going to want to miss this. This was something that came to me as an idea and along with all the content this week, and I was like, oh, this is good. This is when we're going to share about this. So definitely stay until the end. Okay, so today's expansion and amplification exercise is going to be around voicing what you desire. And I know that that sounds like, okay, yeah, we do that all the time, right? We write down our hopes and dreams in our notes, in our journals. Maybe some of you do already voice note or share them with friends and loved ones. And when you put your dreams out of your mind and into another space, I feel like it can give so much power. So with recording Evolve Love, I currently record it on my phone using the voice notes app. And I do have a whole setup, a microphone and everything, but at this time in my life, it is more feasible for me to pick up my phone when I'm able to and record when I'm able to. And when I was going through my phone notes, because I was just working on like deleting some from, previous episodes that have already launched, I found a voice note from myself from July 2023, and it was 15 minutes long, and I listened to it. And it blew my mind, this voice note, okay? So I'm going to talk about it a little bit because I think that this is going to be really important for you. When I did this voice note, I was prompted to do this because the nodes were changing. So we were having the Taurus North node was moving next to the Aries North node. Now we are since out of this pattern. We are not connected with that anymore. Right now we are in a Pisces North node pattern. But when this shift happened from Taurus to Aries, I did this exercise where you voice not only like your dream day, but maybe the things that you hope to see in your life in whatever years. Like you don't like set a timeline. You're not like, oh, in 5 years, I hope to have D or whatever. Or like, I'm going to accomplish this by the end of this year. Like there was no timeline that was set. You're just speaking these things into existence about what you're feeling. So like, what kind of job do you have? What kind of clothes do you wear? What is your daily routine like? Who are you with? Where are you traveling to? Those kinds of things. And it was just a huge voice note. that I sat down and I recorded for myself as if I was writing in my journal, my diary, or anything like that, just saying, whatever was on my heart. And it didn't start off like as a manifestation type of voice note, I wouldn't say, but it made itself be that. It definitely started off with just kind of like me talking about how I was feeling at that given moment, what I was seeing that was ahead for me, fears that I had around current situations at that time, places where I felt stuck that I wanted to get out of, or like that I wanted to shift and change. So I wasn't speaking like I want this to happen or like I see myself doing this. It was also a reflection of the time that I was in. So this exercise, if you want to just sit with your phone and talk into your voice notes, and I do want you to save this too, because if you find this a couple years down the line, I think it's going to amaze you just the way that it did me. And I'm going to share some of the things that came up in mine. But yeah, just sitting down with your phone, talk about how you're feeling right now. What are the good things that are currently happening for you? What are the challenging things that are currently happening for you? Do you see a way that you want to shift things? Are there dreams on your heart that you want to speak? This exercise is so amazing, truly. Like when I listened back to this message, a couple things happened. Now, at this time, we had no plans of moving whatsoever. It wasn't even really like a thought in my head because I was so happy where we were that I wasn't really looking to shift or change. But I did make mention in my note that I see us being in an area surrounded by pines with natural bodies of water nearby. So this was something that came up. I talked about in this note about this feeling, this deep feeling and call to use my voice more. And I even noted in it that my throat was feeling very tight and constricted, almost as if that feeling as if you were about to cry, but I wasn't crying or anything like that. And I felt like this incredible feeling that I have to speak, I have to open the space, that I have things on my heart that I need to share and that people are wanting to hear. And it was just like this incredible voice experience around it. That was a huge part of the voice notes that I had listened to. And what was so incredible about this is how powerful it is, okay? So I made this voice note July 2023. Like I said, I had zero understanding of where I was going with this, okay? I had no idea what was about to happen. I didn't know anything was going to shift or change. In August of 2023, literally a month later, almost to the day, I launched my dance teacher podcast. And what was crazy about this is during July, I had zero idea that I was going to do a podcast, because I remember what happened was my idea to do the podcast came to me right in the beginning of August so quickly that I just immediately felt I needed to act on it. And within 2 weeks, I launched my first podcast. And that was an incredible launch for myself into the person who I am today. So here I am in this note talking about how much I deeply needed to use my voice. I wasn't sure. I kept talking about how uncertain I was around it, because I even said, I'm a teacher. I share my voice. I'm a choreographer. I share my inspirations. And it was so amazing to me that a month later, I decided to do a podcast, because that wasn't even in the note at all. So here I am speaking into an existence, this feeling that I needed to use my voice, and there it was. Then I started, and I haven't stopped, which is so incredibly beautiful. When the following year came around, we then decided that we were going to be moving. And again, there was nothing within me that was like, oh, we got to get ready to move. Like, it's time to move. There was nothing like that. It was just a specific circumstance, and we ended up moving. And the place where we moved is surrounded by pines and does have bodies of water around the property. And it's just really wild to me because, like I said, in this voice note, having this experience, I didn't know when it was going to happen. I didn't set a timeline to it. I just spoke it as if one day it will be like this or whatnot. And I was blown away by like these things coming into fruition. And what's interesting in the voice note is there's a lot of things that are in there still that I either haven't accomplished yet or that are a part of my daily strive towards feelings. Like I still want to continue to strive towards doing this. I still want to continue having this be an important part of my life, an important part of my day. And the notice around this truly for me is that I cannot believe the power that speaking our dreams and hopes have. And when we speak that, how much power we give to that and how it can really come into our existence. So today, if you have the time, okay, or maybe you set aside time this weekend, I really encourage you to do this voice note exercise. I encourage you to share what's on your heart and don't feel like you need to hold back in any way. If something's bothering you, let it out. Say the whole thing, do the whole thing, because as you speak, I do think you're going to start to find ways to work it out as well, or you're going to start to see different openings towards pathways that may take you different ways that could help you out of the challenging times or to celebrate in the good times. So please give this a try because it changed my life and I'm sure it will change yours as well. So that goes along with like the seasons that we're in because it had to do at the time of the node shifting. And that, like I said, is not the case right now, but it's never to like, you don't have to like have a specific time to do this. And like I said, there's no timeline with it. So you don't have to have that pressure either. So I told you to stick around till the end of the episode, and this is because I am going to be launching monthly resources, a free newsletter with tons of beautiful ideas to support you within each zodiac season. And coming up, we have a transition to Leo season on July 22nd, and my hope is that I will have this package ready for you completely free. It will launch at the start of every zodiac season, and it will be supportive things that we can take with us, ideas that we can use within a given season, and just kind of like along the themes of Evolve Love here, like just supporting our energy with the support of the energy that is already around us and with us, just like we've been talking about in this week. So if you are interested in signing up for this, please head on over to my Instagram at _evolve love, and the details will be there. And I'm just so excited because I'm just getting started with this, but my goal is that July 22nd, the Leo season information will hit your inbox if you're wanting to sign up, and it's completely free. I want it to be supportive for you, and I want it to be something that helps to carry you just like this podcast helps to carry you in your days. So I hope you have a beautiful rest of your Thursday. Make sure you head on over to my Instagram, and I can't wait to hear from you there. All right, everybody, have a beautiful day.